Home care services for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities has grown to a $2.5 billion a year industry in Oregon. State rules led to a wave of companies seeking to profit from the state program. But are all those companies on the up and up? That's the focus of a story by the Oregon Journalism Project featured in this week's issue of Willamette Week. To break it down, we're joined by Willamette Week news editor Aaron Mesh. Aaron, thanks for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Give us some background on the system of how Oregon supports services for people with disabilities and how private caregiving agencies like the one featured in this article have been able to grow under it.
So as Oregon deinstitutionalized, it began to work through a plan in which people would be funded by the state to care for their family members and for others in their homes, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It's a lot of money, more than $900 million a year from the state of Oregon goes into caring for people in their homes, either by paying their family members or by paying others to go into those homes and care for people sometimes 24 hours a day. The federal government matches that often at a 2-to-1 rate through Medicaid, which means that this is a $2.5 billion a year industry, as you said.
The Oregon Department of Justice has opened an investigation into River Grand, one of these providers. What sparked that investigation, and what is the DOJ alleging in that criminal complaint?
So River Grand is one of the agencies that essentially helps broker caregivers in homes. So about 7 or 8 years ago, River Grand arrived on the scene promising that it could help this industry move more smoothly. Essentially, as one person told us, build a better mousetrap so that it would work better, and that people who provide the caregiving brokered by River Grand would get paid more. But now the Oregon Department of Justice says that, well, the Oregon Department of Justice, forgive me, state prosecutors say that River Grand engaged in, that the founders of River Grand engaged in racketeering, theft, money laundering, and tax evasion.
How have River Grand's owners responded to these allegations?
They say that they are baseless and they plan to challenge them vigorously in court.
What implications could this investigation have on River Grand's clients, most importantly, and on the state oversight of agencies like it?
Well, right now, to my understanding, River Grand has been suspended from taking on new clients, but is allowed to continue to process state and federal dollars for existing clients. But its future is somewhat in doubt, and obviously, if the state's allegations that the company essentially is built on fraudulent practices prove to be true, if in fact the state is correct that the founder, Raymond Parenteau, lied to state officials about his background when applying to run an agency like this, it could throw a lot of the caregiving for hundreds of people in this state into a certain state of chaos.
Something to watch for sure. Aaron Mesh, thank you so much for your time tonight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And you can read that entire article in the latest edition of Willamette Week on newsstands now or online at wweek.com.